In a quiet village nestled in ancient dark forests, lived a young boy named Leo. The village was a peaceful place, filled with simple homes and familiar faces. But beyond its borders, the forest stood tall and silent, holding stories few dared to explore. Leo was a gentle, thoughtful, and curious child. Yet deep inside, he carried a heavy weight. Leo was afraid. He feared the darkness that fell each night, the quiet moments alone with his thoughts, and the unknown paths he had never walked. Whenever fear surfaced, Leo's response was always the same. He avoided it. He turned away, telling himself that safety meant staying right where he was, doing only what was comfortable. For a long time, this seemed like the easier choice. But fear has a strange way of growing stronger when it is ignored. One evening, as the sun disappeared behind the hills, Leo's grandfather called him over. He was a calm man, with kind eyes and a voice shaped by wisdom. Pointing toward the forest, he said gently, "Leo, could you bring me the old lantern from the shed near the forest path?" Leo's heart tightened instantly. The forest. At dusk. "But it's getting dark," he said, his voice trembling. His grandfather smiled softly. "I know. That's why the lantern will guide you. Remember this, Leo. Fear only grows when you avoid it." Leo hesitated. Every part of him wanted to say no, but his grandfather's calm confidence gave him courage. Slowly, he nodded. "All right, I'll go." Holding a small lantern, Leo walked toward the forest. The sky grew darker, the air cooler. Shadows stretched long across the ground, and the trees whispered as the wind moved through their branches. Every sound felt louder than it should. Leaves rustled. An owl hooted. Twigs snapped beneath his feet. Leo whispered to himself, "I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid." But deep down, he knew he was. Then he sensed it. Something moved between the trees. Shadow. It followed him quietly, always just beyond his sight. Leo's breathing grew shallow. His hands shook. He turned suddenly and cried out, "Who's there?" The shadow did not answer. It only came closer. Panic took over. Leo ran, stumbling over roots, his heart pounding. He didn't stop until he reached a clearing where he fell to the ground, exhausted. The lantern slipped from his hands and the flame went out. Now, there was only darkness. For a moment, Leo sat completely still. The silence felt heavy. He felt small, alone, and helpless as fear wrapped around him tighter than ever before. Then, he remembered his grandfather's words. Fear only grows when you avoid it. Leo took a deep breath. "I'm tired of running," he whispered. Slowly, he reached for the lantern. With shaking hands, he struck a match. A small, fragile flame appeared, pushing back the darkness. And for the first time, Leo turned to face the shadow. As the lantern's light spread, the shadow began to change. It shifted, it stretched. And then Leo realized the truth. It wasn't a monster. It was him, his own reflection, distorted by fear and darkness. Leo laughed softly, relief washing over him. His fear had followed him all along, but it was never real. It was only a shadow, created by his own imagination. The next morning, Leo returned home, holding the lantern proudly. His grandfather looked at him and asked, "Did you find it?" "Yes," Leo replied, "and I found something else." "What's that?" his grandfather asked. "I found my courage." His grandfather smiled. "Courage doesn't mean you don't feel afraid. means you walk forward anyway. From that day on, Leo changed. He still felt fear, but he no longer ran from it. When challenges appeared, he tried. When storms came, he stood outside. And each time he faced his fear, it grew smaller. Remember this: fear is just a shadow. The more you run from it, the larger it becomes. But when you turn toward it with light in your heart, it disappears. Do not let fear decide your path. Face it, and you will realize the darkness was never outside. It was only inside your mind. What fear will you face today? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring English stories, only on English Life Tales. Reflect, learn, grow. Thanks for watching.